Hello Stampers, I'm Kelly Atchison at astampabump.com coming to you from Menasha, Wisconsin. Today for my Wait, what? Wednesday tip video, I decided I was going to show you how to make these adorable little flowers. You guys know that my daughter Haley had her baby shower on Sunday and I made a bunch of these little flowers to decorate some of the elements at her shower. So I'm going to show you how to make these. You're going to find out just how simple they are. They make great little embellishments for boxes or little gift bags. So I think you're going to love these. Also, today is Hump Day and I have my joke of the week on my blog. You're going to find that at www.astampabump.com. It's pretty funny. Like, you might need a tissue because you're going to be laughing so hard. So make sure you check that out at the end of the video. I'll give you a link that you can click on and head over to my blog to see the joke of the week. All right, let's flip the camera around and I'll show you how to make these little flowers. Now, I've got a couple different samples. This one I put on some big burlap, and this was the sign that went along with the diaper raffle. This indicated people could put their diaper raffle tickets into the basket, but isn't that just so pretty? And then the table decorations, I don't want to spill this because it's got water in it. Table decorations were these mason jars, and I just wrapped some jute twine around them and put these flowers on the front of the jars to help decorate those up. I have to say that the entire venue was super cute. Okay, let me show you how easy these are. You're going to choose your cardstock colors, and what I have here is So Saffron, just a scrap. I've got Petal Pink and then Pear Pizzazz. The punches that I used are the Perennial Flower punch for my bigger flower and then the Small Bloom punch for my smaller flower. Now, this punch is free during celebration till the end of March or while supplies last with your $100 order, so you can get this punch completely free. This one you can buy. I also used the Leaf punch. This is, it's just called the Leaf punch for my leaves. Any leaf punch or die will work. And then I used this die from the Frosted Bouquet Framelit dies. And these are a beautiful set of dies that are in the annual catalog. Okay, first things first, I am going to die cut 2 of these, I call these sprigs, out of my gold glimmer paper. I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got these gold little sprigs. Let me get my Take Your Pick tool here to pop this out. Aren't those pretty? I just think they add just that little bit of bling that makes it so charming. Then I'm going to take and I'm going to punch out a couple of these leaf punches from the Pear Pizzazz. So we've got that ready. Now we're going to punch 3 of the Perennial Flower punches. And I'm going to punch, oh, I know. You're going to need a little circle or a hole punch. So I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 of those holes in here. It's easier to do these little holes first. And you're going to center these in the middle of that Small Bloom punch. This is the way I found it to be the easiest. And then you need 1 more flower without a hole in the center. Here is just one of our piercing mats. And you're gonna need something that's pointy but not pointy enough to create holes. You could use the end of a pen but keep like the ink in, like the end of one of these pens, but don't have the ink end out. I happen to have this stylus, which is part of our Simply Scored tool. So I'm gonna grab this little flower that doesn't have a hole in the middle. I've got my piercing mat here. You need something soft under here, and I'm just going to push the center down, and that gives your flower a 3D effect. Then we're going to search all over the place. Here we go for our paper snips. My goodness. I'm going to sit down here so I can get comfortable. You're gonna cut a slit in one of the petals. Here's my bone folder. Now, you can use your finger to do this, or you can use your bone folder. Sometimes the smaller flowers are really hard to do this with, so I like to kind of manipulate them and make those petals curl up just a little bit. You just kind of don't do that. I just ripped it right off. So we're gonna do that one more time. See, it doesn't always happen perfect here. You guys know that, right? Okay, let's try that again. I'm gonna snip right there, and then we're going to pull those petals up. Now, I actually got this idea from the blog hop that I had on Friday. My friend Shanine in Australia shared this idea for these flowers. So we've got one here like that. Then we're going to grab another one of these, and we're going to do the same thing again. Just one snip, and then manipulate those petals however you can. Sometimes I put my fingernail on the end and just kind of brush them up like this so they're curling like that. Anything to get them to look just a little 3D-ish. Okay, so we've got that. Our last flower with the hole in it, we're going to actually cut 2 petals off. And now we're going to do the same thing here. Push those petals up. I made a whole bunch of these on Saturday for the baby shower. It was really fun. I enjoyed it. And then you're going to fold this around in a circle so that these 2 petals, I'll show this to you in just a second, on the end are overlapping, okay? Now, you can use a hot glue gun if you have one. That works really great. Just make sure you don't burn yourself. I'm actually going to use some mini glue dots for the purpose of this video. You could also use liquid glue, but you have to hold this stuff together until it dries, and that can be a little bit of a problem. So what I did there is I just stuck my mini glue dot in here, and I'm overlapping that petal. See what I did there? I didn't overlap it completely, but just enough so that I could get that mini glue dot to stick. Now we're going to take this one, and we are going to overlap it completely so that we only have 4 petals left. So there's our 5 petals, and now there's only 4. So I'm going to take this and add a glue dot to it. And then overlap that glue dot onto that next petal, and it kind of pulls the flower up when you do that. We're going to do the same thing with this one. I'm almost out of glue dots on this packet. Oh, I may be completely out. Same thing on this one. I'm just going to put a glue dot right here and overlap that petal. So now we've only got 4 petals. Okay, let me grab some more glue dots. Now we're going to take these and stack them together. So the one that we pushed the stylus into the middle is our bottom one. I'm just going to put a glue dot right in there, like that. And then we're going to take one of these 4 petal flowers, and you're going to offset the petals as much as you can, okay? So I didn't put them so that they're completely lined up. You want them to be offset a little bit. Then you're going to grab that other 4 petal flower and put a glue dot in the center right here. And I'm kind of, if you need to kind of scrunch them up a little bit. There we go. Now I'm going to put another one in and make sure that I'm offsetting these 4 petals with the 4 petals that are under, okay? So that just gives it some more oomph. That's a good word. And last but not least is this tiny little one. And I'm going to scrunch up my mini glue dot. And again, hot glue gun works for this too. And we're going to put that right in the center. I'm gonna move this around just a little bit. It gives you a little room to be able to move these around too if you need to, but then they'll set up. They won't fall apart once these glue dots have had a little time to set up. And now this last one is gonna go right in the center, and I'm gonna use my Take Your Pick tool to kind of pop that down in there. Look at that cute little flower. And then I didn't do this on the flowers for Haley's shower, but I thought a rhinestone in the center would be really cute, right? So I'm gonna grab one of our rhinestone jewels, and I'm gonna set that right in the middle. And look at that, we've got that little bit of bling in there. Hang on, I gotta tilt it a little bit. There we go. There's that cute little flower. And then these pieces, now these are bigger, they're easier to handle. You can take your bone folder. You don't want to do this too hard because you'll rip the petals off like I did on that first flower. But you're going to do this with all 3 of these blossom punched layers. Notice I'm holding the center really firmly so that I don't rip the petals apart. And now we're going to do the same thing with the glue dots or a hot glue gun. My hot glue gun is put away and I'm lazy. So I didn't want to go get it. I know, right? Yeah. And I thought, oh, mini glue dots will work for this fine. Liquid glue too, but it takes drying time. Okay, so I've got a glue dot in the center of each one of these, and now you're just going to offset. Now notice I'm not offsetting them perfectly here. I've got some spaces, and that's where this third one comes in and fills up that space. Okay, so now we've got this. Kind of like to do this a little bit to it. And then we've got a mini glue dot in the center here that's going to take on this petal pink tiny little flower, and I'm just going to push this down with my Take Your Pick tool. Whoops, my rhinestone just popped out of there. Hang on, I didn't get it in there very good. There we go. I'm going to push it down good. Now I got it secure in there. Okay, so here's our cute little flower. Isn't that adorable? And then last but not least, I just take these elements and add them to, oh, I forgot one thing. I took just a circle punch. I just happen to have this little scallop punch. This is 1 1/8 scallop punch. And I'm just gonna add some liquid glue to the back of this. Maybe. I haven't used my glue yet today. Can you believe that? This is the first thing I'm creating today. And I've got a little bit more glue here than I really want. There we go. I'm going to take this and put it on the back of my flower. And this is just going to be a good anchor point after we get all these things in, and it makes it nice and neat on the back. So I'm using just a little bit of liquid glue here to stick all the little pieces in. You could continue to use glue dots. Those would work. I'm just going to kind of offset these a little bit, and then I'm going to bring these in and add one of these here and maybe a little bit more glue so the next one will stick. Put this one right here. And then I should have left all that glue on there because now I can use it. I've just got this little scallop thing that I'm going to put in the back. This just goes in the center of the back of the flower. And again, it just kind of, I don't know, finishes the back so it doesn't look so sloppy. And this gives you a good platform to then add this to something. So here's our cute little flower. And you can continue to manipulate these petals, make them go up a little bit more. You have to give this glue a little bit of drying time. I think I see I'm kind of pulling it off of here a little bit. Give it a little bit more drying time. Now, what are you going to do with this cute little flower? Well, like you saw, I glued mine onto some burlap, big burlap ribbon, and used it for an embellishment this way. Another thing you could do, I just happen to have this cute little box from last year sitting over on my shelf. You could add a flower to a box like this and give some candies. That would be super, super cute, right? And then I have this cute little Halloween box that has a Kit Kat in it. I found that. Of course, I changed the colors out, but you could also add it to a little box like this. And you could put a little Kit Kat in your box and give somebody a little treat to go with their card. So lots of really cool things you can do with these little flowers. I happen to have my little calendar sitting here. Wouldn't this look adorable on a calendar base too? This is an easel calendar. So lots of really neat things you can do with these flowers. I just think it's really cool that we can make these types of things with some flower punches. Like, that blows my mind. And use your stamping or card making products to make 3D gift items like this. And if you watch my Sunday night Facebook Live, you know that it's all about the presentation, right? You saw the gifts that I got and how beautifully they were presented. I shared this candy box with you guys on Sunday night. It's all about the presentation. This box is absolutely gorgeous. So, I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you would like to order any of the products that I've shown you today, you'll find them in my online store. You can head over to my blog, www.astampabove.com. Click right up here. That's going to take you over there because you don't want to miss the joke of the week. It's pretty darn funny. I'm not kidding. And you're going to use this host code if your order is under $150. If your order is over $150, please don't use the host code. You're going to get some rewards from Stampin' Up, and I definitely want you to have those. We have a brand new second release celebration. I'm looking for my brochure here, but I can't find it, of course. We have a brand new, oh, this is the next one. A brand new second release products for Celebration. Some great new products in here. I've been playing with some of them. I shared some of them with you. You saw them in the video that I did on Tuesday. Great products in here, free with a $50 or $100 order. This punch, the small bloom punch, is free with a $100 order. The rest of these punches are all available in the online store. This one's called Perennial Flower Punch. We've got the 1 1/8 Scallop Circle Punch and the Leaf Punch. Did I use any other punches? Get yourself some gold foil, gold shimmer paper, because that really just does jazz these up so nicely. And a Take Your Pick tool is your best friend. So I use this for all kinds of stuff. It always stays on the side of my desk because I'm using it constantly. Don't forget to click down here to subscribe to my YouTube channel. You don't want to miss anything I have coming out. I hope that you have enjoyed my little flower tutorial today, and I hope you'll make some of these for your friends and family, or just decorate up your stamping office studio with some pretty things, right? Yeah, you could put this on a piece of ribbon and wrap it around a candle. I mean, the sky's the limit with these little flowers. I think they're just adorable. Thank you guys so much for taking a little bit of time out of your day to spend with me. Head over to my blog. You're going to find all the ingredients that I've used here by name, and there's also clickable links. So you can click on it and go right to my store and see all the details about it, find out how much they cost, find out if you want to add them to an order. I always appreciate your orders. Thank you. Have a great Wednesday. Bye-bye.